Mpulira abasinga babawa updates eziri mu lutalo lwa Iran. Mwagoberera Iran eyina ebyokulwanyisa, America eyina ebyokulwanyisa, kati tebaagala mutegeere ki kirina okubaawo mu lutalo, kuba buli omu alina okuba n'ebyokulwanyisa era abantu balina okufa, balina okufiira mu lutalo, ebizimbe balina bikuba. Akuddaawo nga ndaba video nga Iran weeyina ennyonyi, kati ate America nga weeyina MiG, ebyo siina budde bwabyo. Badde bansaba mbawe updates ku lutalo naye ekyo sobola kikola. Kati kankuwe olutalo baani abaalu predictinga oba baani abaalagula olutalo nga terunaba kubaawo. Kiki kye baayogera, kati kye bayogera nze kyentambulirako kuba nkimanyi kirina okubeerawo, siina budde bwa stress. Amawulire balina okuteekaawo ku mutima nga gweraliikirira obeeraawo ng'oli mu kutya. N'okukola kwe kutegeera ani ya predicting olutalo era lugenda kuggwa lutya. Eyasooka bamuyita Credo Mutwa. Omusajja mu kufuna amaanyi ge agalagula n'amaanyi ge ag'okutegeera ebintu ebimu ensi byetamanyi. Yalya obwongo bw'omuntu era bwe yamala okulya obwongo bw'omuntu mbu amagezi ge ne geggulawo, third eye ne yeggula n'aba ng'asobola okulaba. Ambye tenayo genda olya obwongo bw'omufu ojja bulya ofune ebizibu bya bwereere. Ngenda gikulekerako girabe buli kimu nga bwe yakyogera era nakati we kiri. Tedde abantu abalala bana abayogera ku lutalo era nga balu predictinga nga we luli ne mu Bayibuli mwebali era Ezekiel 38:39 nayo ekyogerako, wabula ngenda teeka full video ku YouTube olw'ensonga nti amaloboozi mawanvu kitoko tenzikiriza kukola video mpanvu. Buli wenkola video empanvu bagijjako tebakkiriza. Yagala okulaba ki ekigenda okuddirira nga olutalo luwedde, genda ku YouTube channel eyitibwa Masculine TV Official ojja kulaba video mpanvu mu dakiika nga 10 ekunnyonnyola olutalo lwonna era ye video empya gye nakateekawo yeeyo gy'olaba. Ntegeeza gwe omu ku bagenda osooka ogiraba nga bukacere tebunnagiraba. Tuukayo nyiga mu ka subscribe.
Guido has had precise visions of how, when and where World War III will begin and spread.
I am shown that in the very near future, Islam will rise like a lion throughout the world, and that a new war will break out in the Middle East, even bloodier than the war that was fought against Saddam Hussein. A great Middle Eastern nation, I think it is Iran, will go all out to acquire atomic power. Iran will buy terrible substances from China, substances by which you can create atomic power stations, substances by which also you can create atomic bombs and other hideous weapons of that kind. I see that there is a ship in the ocean. It is an old and ugly vessel which should have been sunk or scrapped long ago. And it is taking some radioactive substance to Iran.
The possibility of an all-out war between Iran and Israel is a very real issue. 2,600 years ago, the headlines in the Bible written by the prophet Ezekiel in chapters 38 and 39 describe the condition of the Middle East right now exactly. The Bible describes a war between Persia. Persia is Iran, of course, and a Russian-led coalition of anti-Semitic nations that will join forces to destroy Israel.
You made 3 big predictions. 1, that Trump would win. 2, that he would start a war with Iran. And 3, that the U.S. would lose that war. Quite a stunning prediction. Do you stand by it?
The reality is that right now, it's a war of attrition between the United States and Iran. And the Iranians have been preparing 20 years for this conflict. And now they have a pretty good strategy of how to weaken and ultimately destroy the American empire. So what the Iranians are doing is they're waging war against the entire global economy. And so they are striking the GCC countries. They're going after the critical energy infrastructure. They blocked off the Strait of Hormuz. And eventually, they will go after the water desalination plants, which is the lifeblood of these nations because they don't have fresh water supply. The Iranians are actually threatening the very existence of Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar. And why this is important is that the Gulf states are really the linchpin of the American economy. So what they do is they sell petrodollars and then they recycle the petrodollars back into the American economy through the investments in the stock market. And right now, we know that the entire American economy is propped up by AI investments in data centers. And a lot of that comes from the Gulf states. So if the Gulf states are no longer able to sell oil and they're no longer able to finance AI, this AI bubble in the United States, then this AI bubble will burst, and with it will burst as well as the entire American economy, which is really a financial Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, sir, an Amazon data center was literally hit in the UAE. Now, we also wanted to talk to you about munition. The United States is racing to accomplish Iran mission before munitions run out.
The United States military is not designed to fight a 21st century war. Remember, the military-industrial complex came to being after World War II, and it was designed to fight the Cold War. And the Cold War was really about muscle flexing, who was to first get the person on the moon. And so the entire American military strategy revolves around very sophisticated technology that costs a lot of money to build. And that's what the American air defense system is, and that's why we're seeing this asymmetry in this war, where you have these $1 million missiles trying to take out these $50,000 drones, and it's not sustainable in the long term. And so what we're seeing is really the puncturing of the aura of invincibility that sustained American hegemony for the past 20 years.
Wake up, everybody! It's World War III!
Did The Simpsons actually predict World War III? Because right now, as we speak, the Iran versus Israel conflict isn't just a headline. It's real, it's violent, and it's escalating faster than anyone imagined. And in the middle of all this, a forgotten Simpsons episode from 1996 suddenly feels too real.
If we're really a nuclear war, we'd all be dead meat by now. We're all shivering. Are you cold or what? Wake up, it's World War III!
It's a chain reaction. One wrong move, one unexpected alliance, and the dominoes fall.
Now. Iraqis again, launching Sidewinder missile. Missed him.
Albert Pike was a Freemason Illuminati, and he predicted all of the wars. He predicted World War I, where he talked about the communists would overthrow the Russian government. And he predicted World War II, where they would destroy Germany, because Germany was against the Federal Reserve nonsense and all that stuff that they push. And then he said that the Third World War would be between pretty much Israel and Iran. And it's crazy because I just covered talking about how there's no such things as nuclear weapons. There's no such things as nukes. This was shown by Galen Windsor and Eric Dubé. They scare people into believing that they have weapons of mass destruction so that they can invade these countries to try to give them democracy and come in there and bring their banks inside that country. And so what happened was, after the whole 2001 situation that took place, they decided that they were going to invade 7 different countries, and Iran is the last one on the list. After Iran comes North Korea, because there are no banks, the Rothschild Rockefeller banks in those 2 countries. So when we look at what's actually taking place with the whole invasions, and when they try to say we're going to war for these countries and whatever else, because they want to go in there, take the resources, and then they want to go in there and put in the banks, and then they want to go in there and destabilize the country so that they can take it over and invade it and then control it and then put a new system in there. And there's a great book on this for people to look into, The Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullins, which is one of the best for people to read and understand what is actually taking place on a regular basis. And this has been taking place for a very long period of time. So if people allow themselves to get pulled into these, different events, they don't understand about what's actually taking place. So I just wanted to cover about that. So if you realize this, which a lot of people have, which I'm really thankful for, this social media is a very powerful tool for waking up the world. You see it all over YouTube. You see it all over Instagram, TikTok, all these different social media platforms, that people are waking up to the nonsense and they're just not participating, which is amazing. And the only people who are participating are those who are being paid to participate.
There has been a lot of speculation whether it is going to be a third world war which is going to happen. My astrological thing is Mars is seeing Saturn and it is seeing only for 2 months. First it is from Simha, then it will go into Kanya. Then afterwards, around 60 to 70 days later, it will move into Libra. So this is not going to be a world war. There can be a regime change in Iran where Ayatollah Khamenei can be replaced across, and the American involvement can improve more and more. That is, they might bomb, they might send the troops, all that thing will be there. The world markets, stock market will plunge, the gold will go up, the American dollar will fall down. But other than that, the world is not going to be at war. China and Russia should be part of the world war, but this time they are not going to be there. And there will be some proxies who will be fighting against the Russia. So, as such, there is no world war.